2019 was the worst year of my life. It seems that most people share the same kind of sentiment right now about 2019. People in general complaining about how bad 2019 was, both on the platform just as YouTube itself as well as outside YouTube. But I want to keep this video personal. So the reason why 2019 was the worst year of my life is a bit of a long story, but I'm going to try and summarize it as best I can to keep this video super short. So on December 13th of 2018, I got fired from my previous job, and the reason why is because I couldn't do their jobs right, they couldn't follow the law, and they continued withholding money that I was owed, and my boss continued talking about withholding money that I was owed unless I worked a certain amount of hours that she wanted me to work, which is not how the legal things work for it. And so when I stood up for myself about it, I got fired. The manner in which I was fired was very horrible. They handled it extremely poorly. They got someone, my boss didn't even do it. She smirked the whole time while this lady from HR came and did the talking for it. And then they literally threatened to call the police because I wanted to know a reason why, and they wouldn't tell me why, which as far as I know is also illegal, at least according to most people. But in some places I found that it's not illegal to not tell why. I don't know. It's very confusing. No, I was very depressed over the whole situation and everything, and it took me a very long time to get over it. In February, I tried getting a job at another place, and of course they wanted, references, one of which is previous job, and I told them, well, they won't talk to me because they won't. They definitely would not talk to me again, so I asked if my previous job before that one was okay, and he basically ghosted me. He said that, this certification would be needed. Would you be willing to do this? And I said, yes, I would be willing to. And all I did was ask questions on how it's going to work, what I need to do for the certification, because I can look it up online and I know what's required for it, but I don't know how it works. Do I have to be hired by you before I can start the certification, or do I do it before that, or what? And he just never responded. So he ghosted me on that, and yeah, very professional of him. All of that made me very depressed, and it took me a very long time to get over it. Also in February, I rolled my ankle really bad, but because of everything, 2019 was the first year that I had ever said the words, "I hate myself." And I started saying them over a period of 2 weeks, for the stupidest things. I would drop something on the floor, like food or something, and those are the words that would come out of my mouth, and I hated it. It didn't last more than 2 weeks of me saying that, though, because I decided, no, I can't do this. I realized that was completely unhealthy, and I stopped it. Thankfully. And also at the beginning of the year, January or February, we had another flood in the kitchen because of the stupid dishwasher that we never even use. I wash by hand. It decided that it was going to just start spitting up water, and so our entire kitchen was flooded. A lot of crap had to be thrown out, and it was just horrible. It ended up leaking through the floor and down into the basement, which thankfully all that's down in the basement is, well, there's a deep freezer, stuff that we've never even looked through for boxes from when we moved in here, and the laundry room. So it was fine. It just went over a big pile of dirty clothes. But that was hell to clean up and hell to deal with and all that. And then in the summer, we ended up having a little hole or something on the roof. And so whenever it rained and, it started snowing at one point, and then when the snow melted, all of it went inside and into my mother's room, coming up in the middle of the floor. And for those who don't know, my mother has MS, multiple sclerosis. It is extremely difficult for her to walk, and this place already is bad enough for her because stairs suck for her, and we have way too many stairs in this place. Right in the middle of her bedroom was water pooling in the middle of the floor, and it was because it was leaking from the roof down through the walls into the floor and up. So that was a horrible thing to deal with. One of the other horrible things that happened was I got a herniated disc for the first time in my life ever, which is very wonderful. It was a hell of a lot of pain. I even wasted money getting treatment for it, which made it worse. And so great times. It's healed now though, so don't worry, it's fine. Mostly anyway. So most of this year was spent complaining about, hey, we need to get out of this place, but we have no money to get out of this place. There's not even any other rental we can go. Our place is too much stuff, and it's too messy right now for us to even possibly leave, even if we found a place, and blah, blah, blah. So it was just a lot of complaining from us. And those are all the negative things. But I will say in November, December is when things start changing, being more positive. Before I get into that, I want to go over the positive things that happened in 2019, because even though 2019 was the worst year of my life, I think it was also one of the best years of my life. As weird as that sounds, but it has taught me a lot because of everything that I went through this year. I learned a lot of new things. I improved at a lot of things. I met quite a few new people. I started watching One Piece, which I really enjoy, and even Rick and Morty. I got to spend a lot of time with my one friend who I'm such good friends with that we call each other brothers, and he would come to the gym with me over the summer, and I enjoyed that. That was really, really fun. That really helped a lot with everything I was going through because of last year. I got a nice message from a friend who I haven't talked to for a very long time, and things in general just seem to be going a lot better now. Around November, I started seeing a lot of videos and other online articles and stuff that have to do with bettering your life and, how to become rich and all this stuff to do with the law of attraction and stuff like that. Now, the main point that I got out of seeing, reading, watching any of these contents was that you have to be thankful. Thankful for where you are, thankful for where you are, thankful for what you have, and not focus all your thoughts and all your energy on all the negative things happening. Of course, when horrible things happen, like the flood coming up in Mom's room or the kitchen flood, like it's all of a sudden, it's just bam, it sucks, it's excessive. You can't just be like, oh, well, this is fine. The meme doesn't work. So of course you're going to be upset over it when things happen. That's a normal thing. But the thing is, you have to not dwell on those things, as hard as that is. But you have to think more positively, and you have to be thankful for the things that you have. So I started being more thankful, and I started thinking happier thoughts. When I would pray, I would thank God for things instead of just ask Him for things, which is unfortunately what I seem to fall into. Around the end of November is when I started feeling so much better just about everything in general. And things are going much better. My mother and I are, of course, still stuck in this place. Right now, there's not a whole lot that's going to change that. And to do with her leg and how she is in this place with the stairs and all that, it's not really improving. But it feels less impactful because of the positive focus of things. And I think that's what's really important here. The main thing that I learned from this year is to be thankful for what I have. Really, it is amazing what being thankful for things can do for how you feel. I believe that 2020 is my year. This is the year that things go super great for me. This is the year that I am going to find some sort of income from home so that I can be here taking care of the house and things here while Mom's at work and still earning something. This is the year that I learn so much more and that I grow personally. 2019 may have been overall or in general a horrible year in a lot of ways, but I think the problem with it is that we tend to focus on the negative things more. And it's really hard to get away from it. It's a normal thing, it's a natural thing. But sometimes you need to just calm your tits. Just calm your tits and realize that things are not as bad as they could possibly be. I don't want to go on too much longer. I don't want to just start rambling. Last year, I did not do one of these videos. This used to be something that I did every year on the channel, is just go over the past year in review and see, how things were when they started, how things were when they ended. The year is finishing in a much better way than it started, and I'm happy for that. I'm thankful for that. You guys are a huge part of that, and yeah, I am very much looking forward to what 2020 brings. So if you have any thoughts to share about your 2019, whatever you want to say, if there's anything you want to get off your chest, if there's anything you want to just share, leave it in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed the holiday season, and I wish you the best in 2020. This is going to be a great year. It's the start of a new decade. It's the start of a new year. It's going to be great. I personally don't really care too much for New Year resolutions because I never work out. You never keep it. It's just a traditional thing to do. There's a lot of things that I want to do better this year, and one of them is to be more thankful for throughout the year, to be more positive, to be more thankful for things, and of course to find an income I can get from home. And if you do New Year's resolutions, leave yours in the comments below as well. Let me know what yours are. I think sharing our goals is part of what helps us keep them, because it gives a little bit of accountability. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. God bless. Keep calm and keep dragging on. See ya.